I speak to the customer with the invoice certificate to get some finer details, and she says she's not paying.
Oh.
Well, is there any reason why you don't want to pay the invoice? Yo, welcome back guys, Nicholas, Adam's here making a brew. We're at a customer's house today, changing over a fuse board, but we're also moving it. So it's currently up here. We're going to test the whole house now. Sorry about the bit of a flicker LED above. We're then going to put some trunking across, and then it's going to go high level in the downstairs bathroom so it's more accessible. A big fridge freezer goes here in place in this little alcove bit, which is here. So if the board ever trips or anything ever happens, the whole fridge pulls out and then they have to reset the board. So we're just testing a few bits and bobs. Earth leakage, we've got about 12 to 13 milliamp, which isn't really surprising for the amount of technology, LEDs, computers, Xboxes, PlayStations, whatever they have. So we've got an isolation switch fitted. We're going to do some testing. We've got a board sent from Schneider today. So this is Schneider's Easy 9 board, which is here, Easy 9. I've never fitted one before, so annoyingly, board, I'm used to Fusebox, which we all know, but and they obviously come pre-assembled. I'm going to have to put the SPD in, we'll have to put all the different bits and bobs in, which shouldn't be too difficult. There is pictures and diagrams, so we're going to give this a go, honest opinion on it. We've also got a surge kit as well, which is here. We're going to be using that. Other than that, come along for the ride. Adam's just going to have a brew, and then we're going to do a bit of a test around the house. And then to top it off as well, I spoke to JCC, and because of where the fuse board's going in the downstairs toilet, there's already a 2D fitting in there. I've asked them if they could send me their emergency one, so if the power ever goes off in the house, this will kick in, it will illuminate the board nicely, so that should work well. It's going to be high level as well, so it's away from the kids. So we're just going through, filling out our cert. It's a TNS system, 0.31 for our measured ZE. PFC was 0.752, something around that. I'm going to fill this in, figure out what's going on. I know you can see me in the screen, and then we're literally just going to rip the entire board off and figure out what we're going to do with trunking, because the trunking bit is going to be the awkward bit to get it neat. I've actually got the Wiska boxes that have the little DIN rail connectors in it, so we're going to give that a go today. Come up from here, across and around, probably put a full length across here and drill through in the best spot. So this is the original board, last tested in 2003, which you see up here from MEB. You good job.
Guess who was born that year?
03? Were you born in 03?
Yeah.
You young stud, you. Yeah, so what our plan is with the board, we're doing a test, but I'm filling out an installation certificate like it's a brand new one already, so we got the bits in there. For once, obviously we changed the board over, the certificate's nearly done anyway, and we could just take around, because with the software we're using, you can just literally hold one of the circuits and you just slide it up into the right place if we change the circuit around. We're also going to be putting a 32 amp 6mm cable across to the AD box, because at some point there's going to be an armoured cable going outside across to the utility room outside, so preparations for that. But because we already know what circuits we're going to be using, and we're going to be running new cables to it all, I'm going to just preset the board up now. So with the fuse board itself already, we'll just take the knockouts out the back, that'll be one. Obviously we'll just take this one out, some grommet strip for the tails, and these two out, lighting, power, cooker, whatever we want. We can grommet strip them up, glue that all in place, but we can actually put our RCBOs in place anyway. These ones still come with the earth fly lead as well, which is, well, when you're used to not having one, it's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. But obviously these are sort of three-phase breakers as well, three-phase boards, hence why it has such a long tail on it. So, but we can pre-make the board up, pre-fab it up, so it's going to be a bit less work while we're top of the steps. So it's a nice looking board. I suppose you fit them all the time, you get used to it, but it's going to be rejigging a little bit. But I'll put the camera down in a short while I actually physically put the board together and see how it goes. So this is the Wiska sort of DIN rail clip through box. I think these are Wagos, aren't they? It says it on there. So
yeah, it's the new ones.
This is 3, so obviously 3 is needed for each cable. So you've got 3, that's going to be the shower. These 3 will be the cooker, so that's all right. We've got 2 6mm. And then we've got a ring, so it's going to be 6. It's these 3 and these 3. We've got 2 radials, these 3, these 3. 2 lighting circuits, these 3, these 3. And I think that's it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything else. The new armour cable we're going to put in won't be going into this, it'll be in a separate terminal box, so that'll be sound. So that'll leave us with technically two more for cables to go in. So it should be quite sound. I need to read the instructions, but I presume our new cables, our existing cables will link into here, pull the lever connectors up, and then that will push in, snap down. There's not loads of room in here. Look at the size of the 6mm or 10mm cables to go in there. Yeah. It's a very small space, for being completely honest.
We need to get, probably from the shop, stuffers. Have you got any white ones?
Well, I plan to just go straight off the trunking. But we need to remove the existing board. So if that's going to go here, I need to see where the cables are pulling through, to which way we're going to mount this, to which way the trunking's then. I want to do the trunking across the wall here and here, but we're going to have to see what works. So my next job, I'm just going to go to the shop and get some grommet strip, and I'm going to just isolate this, pull the board off, mark it up, and then see what we've got. So the shower cable I've got isn't quite long enough. I've actually got 2 of these because I didn't know if I needed to pinch them across. Very simple, screwdriver up behind, lifts off like a normal DIN rail. But the bigger ones, and see on here they've got the plates, and the reason they got the plates on the end ones is because you actually have it open, I presume just to make it thinner rather than having a plate on it. But when you, I'm going to try and do this one-handed, you can see in here when you lift the lever down, that opens it up, and you snap it back, it closes it. So the shower one I want to put here isn't quite long enough, so I've pinched this one. This is a blocked off end. I'm going to put another bigger adapter here, but I wanted one with the plate on it, so I pinched it from this one across. So when that sits in the end, if you put your fingers in this, you're never going to be touching anything live, so that should be quite handy. I'm going to mount it this way up, so when this goes in, nothing up there, I'm going to be cutting a hole here, so that'll sit on, and then we should hopefully be able to trunk round and round across there. That will give it a nice finish, but also as well, the socket that feeds here really randomly in the wall that goes down to this isolation switch, which then goes down to this socket for the fridge. I don't like it, I don't like where it's ran. It's not going to look neat in part, so I'm just going to run a piece of trunking down here, straight from the adaptable box, and we'll just put a double socket sort of on this recessed wall here, just disconnect this old circuit because it's a bit naff. Just wait for Adam to come back. He's got some end caps as well for the trunking. Whether or not we're going to need any, I just said we'd rather have having on the van. We'll get some nice cuts in. So I'm going to sort of cut this, mount this, while Adam sort of preps the board. So we'll be jumping backwards and forwards, but looking forward to using this, and we'll see how neat it turns out and if it is any good or not. Same thing with the Schneider board. It looks great. I would rather just give it a good test first and see the use of it. Obviously it's a bit of a pain, like I said, having to put it together, but yeah, I suppose being a competent spark like the rest of us, it should be fairly straightforward. So Adam just took the knockouts at the back, and I must say, I think the board would stop a bullet. Genuinely. It's a heavy board, it means it's not going to twist or bend when you screw it back, but all of Adam's mighty strength can get it out. I had to get it out, didn't I, mate? Yeah,
I got one side out, I know.
Excuse me. But yeah, so it's a thick board, definitely. That was difficult. And also Adam said there's a lot of knockouts on it. We're not going to use any of these, but show the board around a little bit. Loads of knockouts around either side, some 32s, 25s, 20s. So put some grommet strip on now, get that around. Do you want to set up the SPD?
Yeah.
You follow that. Instructions are there. Quite self-explanatory, really.
Yes. Super glue in your bag.
He's here.
Yeah.
Yeah. There he is. Yeah, 432s. We'll have 120.
2 6s.
And 2 6s.
120. Oh, it's that one here.
Yeah, so that one there. So Adam's put the, I'll get my fingers off the microphone now though. Adam's put the surge kit in. But the surge kit, it's an odd one because that's an RCBO board which is rounded, and that's an RCD board which is square. This is a square board, but we've been sent RCBOs. And we were missing a 20, so we've had to go and grab one of them. But the surge kit is designed for the RCD board and the RCBO board-ish. A bit of a faff, but it's been put together. I think if you were to do it again, you'd be quite straightforward, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, so Adam's gonna now fly in. We know the positions of our RCBOs: 432s, 120, and 2 6s. The 32 spare one will be put in for the armour cable at some point, which will run round. I'm just popping in the trunk in, which is here, feeding it up. It's gone from there, piece of trunking in there in the corner, across there. I'm gonna get this marked up, and then what we're gonna do is figure out the other side of the wall where the board's going. I'm gonna use a multi-tool, cut a square out, because it's just dabbed off. So when we drill through, it's not gonna break loads of plaster out of the way, because we want a clean finished wall in there. And then we will cut a square out the back of the trunking, all the way across, where we're gonna drill through. Hopefully the lines will mark up. If this is pinched to the wall as well, we get the measurements right, we should have a clean hole all the way through, but we can only hope. We can only hope. This is where I'm currently at. Trunking's up, cut a slot out, done some holes. I just need to make them bigger because we obviously got main tails to go through there. 2 6mm, 4 2.5s, and 2 1mm going in there. So I'm just going to SDS them, square them off a bit, make them bigger. Trunking's around. So Adam's just finishing off the board. He's having a bit of fun with the RCBOs because the neutral flyleys and the earth flyleys are so long. He's just trying to do it as neatly as he can, in and around. So I've asked him to put all the 32s together, do a space, then a 20 with a space, then 2 6s. So it's a bit easier doing it now than up on the ladder afterwards, up on the top. So Adam is still having fun with that.
I know, I think I'm done neating it all.
Alright mate. My tails, so I put the tails through, we're dropping them down. We're just going to be clipping it because there's vents, there's wood, there's a funny bit of wall there. We're just going to bring them straight down in here, clip back, nice out of the way. And then I'm going to start running my cable. So we've got two 1mm twin, we've got 4 2.5 and 3 6s, because we're going to do also the outside garage feed utility feed, which I've said several times. So all the cables will be poked through on the other side of the wall, which will make it easy for me. We can tape them together. There's 3 separate holes: tails, sockets, and shower and cooker, and then the lighting on the end. We can slot the board over, screw it to the wall, and once Adam's done a fantastic, terrific job, delicious, there we go guys, job of the board, it literally just wiring it in and then nip it back here up to the Wiska box and terminating that, and that should be fun. So I'll get some footage of when we're doing that. It's just, we have a bit of a tidy up now. Trunking's on, this bit, that's a bit, I'm gonna leave this off because that's our curled over 6mm cable for the outside. It's gonna have a gland on here, cut this off. So these are the bits. I put our shower in, it's our cooker, I'm just gonna show you. So the bottom side is literally just pushes in, but you can, that's it, that's in, that's tight. You can put a screwdriver in these bits. Adam's tapping outside. That will lever it open a bit easier. I had to do that for the neutral because it wanted to bend a little bit. I'm just going to cut these ones a bit shorter and give them a bit of a sweep, and then we'll attach the first ones. Not quite sure why we just don't have dual lever, because I know Wagers now do the sort of inline ones that go straight through. Potentially, why don't we just do that and that this side, but I don't know. So far, yeah, happy with it. It's just taken a long time to drill through. That's all done. The fuse board is prepped and all the cables are pulled through the other side. I'm just attacking this. Adam is doing an outside light currently, switching one over because it's broken, and then he's going to go and switch over the light above it for the emergency above me in the bathroom, sorry, toilet. So by the time I've done this, that should have been changed over. He can have a bit of a tidy up. Obviously, once we're done as well, we will retest what we've done to make sure everything's okay, there's an earth on it, because we've got our measurements beforehand from our initial test and filled in our form, but we have added another 1.5 meters worth of cable. We've upgraded the main tails, we've upgraded the main earth, so we need to make sure we're doing our tests again to fill out. Will they change much? We can have a look at the end, but probably by 0.01 or 0.02 on different readings for our like ZS, R1, R2s, just for the resistance in the short amount of cable. So I'm going to get this box done, and then we'll nip over once sort of piecing the fuse board up. Right, that's in. I could have done it neater if it wasn't up high and I wasn't stood on steps and it wasn't against the wall and this wasn't in the way as well. Also, everyone, Unilight still offer Bundy 25% off any Unilight. Head over. I'll put the link below. So yeah, these are cool. I like them. It's a cool little invention, especially for moving boards. nice. I bought them a couple of months ago when they first came out, but I've just not had a chance to fit one. Yeah, I'm gonna jump across. Actually, let's see what Adam's doing now. Oh. Hey, nice emergency fitting, bro.
I know, right?
JCC, rapid LED. So this should work really well. If, like we said before, if the power ever trips off, this will illuminate the downstairs toilet, which will easily show you the fuse board. I've seen you probably haven't seen them make a fuse board that they have the lights built into them. Have you seen them? It's a battery operated thing. When you lift the lid up, there's a light on it. No, anyway, this is going to be bright enough to illuminate this entire hallway. Everyone's got torches on their phones, but it's a nice little added feature. But the JCC stuff, it's all push fit, it's dead easy.
Yeah,
they're called rapid LED because it's just really, really rapid to fit. So
yeah, literally just screw it to.
Job's good. All right, wait for you to do that, and then I can start mounting the board. All right, Anne's done a lovely job there. Just see, these earth fly leads. Level on there. This is what I mean. Just tape them all up so it's easy to feed through. I've left way too much cable. There's me moaning at Adam for doing it.
It's about double what I normally leave.
And the rest. Right, that's going in there. These are going in the end.
Gonna have to change that light thing quickly, so that's done.
It was very quickly. Do you know why, Ad? Because they're rapid LEDs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Right. Marksman.
Little levels on there.
Push this on the wall and it shoots a little dot of chalk out. An absolute lifesaver. So I'm going to pull this off. Oh, I don't even need to fix it, look at that. We've got a chalk line there and there. Get some fixings on with some washers, get this fixed back, and I can make this board off. And so it's crack-a-lacking. And here we have it. A Schneider board. So I've not fitted a Schneider board in a millennia really. Not since I started YouTube. The last one I fitted is ones that you could get and you could get like a printout, like a picture that sits on the front of the board. Easiest to fit, yeah. It's difficult to pick points out where a fuse board's a fuse board most of the time. Consumer unit box, whatever you want to call it. Fairly straightforward. It's nice and solid. It's thicker than what we're used to. Excuse me. Terminals are all right, but I've had a bit of an issue with this one because this is technically an RCD board because you've got your 3 different bars at the top. I think if I'd have been sent an actual RCBA board where I think the terminations are on the sides of the earth and neutral bar on each side instead, I think it would have been a bit better. When I fit these over the other boards, I like Fusebox. We're used to it. The fact it comes with an SPD already in it would make things a bit easier. But there's not much I can knock about it at all, to be honest. It's a neat board. It's Schneider, you know it's a good make. It's going to be manufactured for many years to come. This is what I get a lot of complaints about Fusebox stuff online is it's so new. Is it going to be around forever? And you know, let's say they go out of business. Are we going to be able to get the RCBOs that still fit it? Schneider, you don't have that problem at all. It's good, it's solid, it's been manufactured for years and it still will for many years to come. I like it. And I like the lid as well. So when we put the lid on, we put labels on, I'll show you afterwards, but it does look nice, definitely. Just put the stickers on, well, the board lid on so we can line the stickers up. Nice and neat on the Brother label printer. Easy peasy. Last little bit, got our emergency light fitting that's on at the moment. If I go in here and trip the lighting circuits, you can see everything's gone off and we've got it on. Delicious, that'll illuminate the board nicely. I turn that back on, job's a good one. Right, I'm just going to sort of certificate out an invoice with the customer and we'll say bye with Adam. Right. I speak to the customer with the invoice certificate to get some finer details and she says she's not paying.
Oh. Why is that then?
I don't know. I can go and ask her, but should I film it? Put the camera down. It's because obviously you need permission if you show people's faces on YouTube, but not audio, surely.
Yeah, I suppose.
Sod it, I'm going to do it. There's no reason why not to. We've done a great job, tidied up, tested.
She was alright, she was bruising that, so.
Let's go have a look. Hiya. Just had a chat with Adam. All the stuff we've done is up to par. You're happy with it all, yeah?
Yeah.
So, is there any reason why you don't want to pay the invoice?
Because it's your house, Dad.
Oh, you didn't get paid for working in your own house? Oh no, look at the fish!